Hey, how's it going, everybody? We've been really busy over the past 2 years developing our very own women's lacrosse stick.
We are really proud of it. So stop by the shop. We would love to tell you more about it.
Good Stick Co. Come get a stick.
Pojď dál. Víš, že v Radotíně je spousta míst, kde můžeš sportovat? Stačí si vybrat. Badminton nebo plavání. Basket. Atletika. Beach volejbal. Gymnastika. Lacrosse. Akvatlon. Cyklistika. Plážový fotbal. Volejbal. Horolezení. Kuželky. Softball nebo tenis. Já už jsem si vybral. A co ty?
Hello, lacrosse friends, and welcome back to the 2025 Aleš Hřebeský Memorial, the 30th edition of this wonderful tournament. I'm Stephen Stamp, joined by Jane Lee for play-in game number 3 on the left, finally in their own kit, are the London Knights. It took an extra day or two for their gear to get here, but they do have all their uniforms now. And on the right, in the green, is the Victoria Leprechauns, a new team. And do you want to just run us through how they got here?
Well, I mean, do you mean the uniforms or themselves?
No, the wins. How the teams got to the spot. We'll go over the uniforms later.
Okay, so Knights, they were second place in their division, in the gold division, winning against Czech, the Swiss team, 8-6, but then losing to the Privateers, a very strong Privateers team, 4-2. But Victoria Leprechauns coming top of their silver group, and they're in silver this is their first experience. Sorry, excuse me. This is their first appearance at this tournament, so they automatically start in the silver, but
so we just had, sorry, we had the clock wasn't running.
Right.
So Keith Gagne has gone over and said, you know, let's get it set to, we want the shot clock at 25, and there we go.
There you go. Anyway, Victoria winning both their games against the Sultans 5-3 and against Frog Pond, another new team, 8-1 to be in this very strongly matched up playing game. For a playing game, it's going to be a good one.
And we just saw a matchup that could be critical to this one. Lyndon Bunio with the shot. He is a key scorer for London Knights, and he was driving in on Pete Dubenski, the goaltender for Victoria. It was a major reason why everyone's thinking this is a team that could be challenging for a championship here. They did not come as a new club to get into a playing game. That's not their goal. They have further goals.
Yep.
The London Knights, of course, having come 6th last year, want to climb, but they're going to have to get through a pretty good team in green to get there. Here on the run is Harstad. Nice job protecting against the check, although I think Bunio on the back check may have affected the shot. They will set up in the offense, Jake Harrington with it. Be interesting to see if he's playing a lot of forward or backdoor. I'm going to talk about that a bit more later. But right now, he's out there with this offensive group. Stepan Friedel, the local product who played in Victoria last year, elected to play with this Leprechauns club. A lot of them his teammates in Senior B in the summer. Preston gets that one. Nick Preston with the pass out, and they move it ahead. Nice job getting up to Zach Christensen, who's been a really nice addition. The defense getting a boost from Christensen being out there.
Yeah, of course, Christensen, son of Walt Christensen,
Of course.
who has been the head coach for the England men's box team for a while now, and slight torn allegiances here, of course, with Walt being a Victoria man, and obviously Zach knows a lot of these Leprechaun players very well.
Yeah, we should have checked in with Walt to see
Yeah,
which way
who's he?
he's steering, because these are, this is his Victoria, some of his Victoria guys. I think he's going to be going with his son, I would imagine. Blood is thicker than water. There's a hard, actually not a hard rip, it was a little tipped on the shot by Jackson Boyd. Here come the Knights the other way. All Age will just leave it there. And here is Bunio. Such a key cog in this offense, but they've got a very balanced scoring attack. Couple of Leprechauns players drop into the turf, but quickly back up. That pass doesn't connect with Krummenhoek, and the Leprechauns just tapping it ahead. Bunio will fling it down the floor because the 30 was still running, and Brendan Murphy tries to make a pass. Really didn't need to rush that. He scored their first goal of the tournament, really got them going. They were saying, big goal for him. They were pretty excited that he got that one to get him started off.
And Brendan Murphy, usually wearing a Moonbears shirt, if I'm not mistaken, for the past couple of years, but now on this Leprechauns team.
Yeah, he's been, I guess, called up. I'm not sure. I mean, they're both silver group teams, but
Yeah.
obviously a lot of expectations for this Moonbears team. Jake Harrington playing without his stick, and it was actually just tossed over the boards. I don't know if it was broken. He's going to look for it. No, he's just going to head to the bench. And one of the kids helping out along the side will, I think, will take it to him. He's
Hopefully.
definitely looking for the stick now, wondering where it is.
A lot of kids have been asking for sticks already,
Right?
so. Another lovely save from Brindle, but
Okay,
Gail's
so-
holding on.
Oh, what a shot! And I was watching Jake Harrington, who's heading off. It is broken, it's snapped in half. So he's going off to get a new shaft on there, put the head on a new shaft.
But Gales with that first shot, just off a good loose, and Knights didn't manage to reset on time, but that's a lovely play shot, and they are up by 1.
Thomas Weissen, a former first-round National Lacrosse League entry draft pick, and he was a little frustrated, I think, in the early games. He was getting a little snake bit, was having trouble finishing. He was expecting to come over and be a big contributor in that. He knew that part of his role was to score goals. And I think he's starting to loosen up a little bit. It's funny, his dad, Dave, sent me a message with a link to the tournament and said, hey, Thomas is going over to play in this tournament. Are you familiar with it? I was like, yes, Dave, I'm pretty familiar. So, Dave, hope you're, I don't think you're here. I believe you're just watching from home. So, hope you're enjoying how things are going. I know you're going to like that first goal by Thomas. Here's Ben Buchanan, who gets away from him. It's nice seeing Buchanan back in his 9.
Yeah.
We'll get back to that. So where Murphy loses his stick, but Susi is after. There's Graydon Susi on the run. He'll lob it across. Here comes Jake Harrington running back to the bench. with a bag of stuff to try and get this stick put together so he's ready to roll. Has he got it? Yeah, it looks like he's ready. He's just got to throw the helmet back on. Boy, these games go quickly enough without having your stick break and having to run to the locker room. But one of his greatest assets is his speed, so Harrington is going to try and get those one right. You can see him putting the screw in to make sure that the stick is legal and ready to play with. And here is England trying to press, or the London Knights. Nice forecheck pressure from Bunio and Preston. Nick Preston, a great addition, the Las Vegas Desert Dog. Terrific guy to add to your defense transition game. He's been playing some forward. He's usually a D-tranny guy, but they needed some offense. Hard rip from the outside. Jacob Brindle makes the stop and pounces on it. And Brindle has been playing the whole tournament. He was just wearing Charlie Albury's shirt.
Yes, because of the uniforms not arriving. And of course, Knights were playing in black yesterday, but a shout out to Ben Page Laycock, who usually does play for the Knights, for his organizational skills in managing getting this team's uniforms on time for today's game.
There you go. They're lovely gear, and I really do like these uniforms. Trying to find some space is Zach Guy, one of the additions who wasn't available for the first game yesterday. Was there for the second game, I believe, right? He showed up for the game last night? Yeah. Or was that earlier today? It's all...
Might have been. Well, they've got additions from, at least from their first game, so Tom Roach and Zach Guy joining.
Roach, the captain of this club. We were discussing before the game whether he is the most capped player in England national team lacrosse history. Might be. Bison with another, or that's Brayden Hickey with that shot. And a Brindle save. Jacob Brindle has been playing box lacrosse for about a year and a half now.
Yeah.
That's amazing. He was great in this tournament last year. Played very well for England in challenging circumstances at the Worlds in Utica, where they were in a vicious group with Canada, the Haudenosaunee, and the U.S.
Like, good field player, too. He plays outfield. Obviously in men's field, and then actually at Winterbox, at a box league in the UK over the winter, he was playing out on field.
Is he a goalie in field?
I believe he's a pole.
Okay. Ah, so the Matt Vince approach. I'm sure he'd be quite happy to emulate any of Matt Vince's success. Right now, some success for London on the break as they will get their first goal of the game, and it is a lovely little play to get that one tucked home.
I'm not sure if that was a bounce pass from Bunio. No, straight.
It's just a low pass.
Yeah.
Nice job scooping that one up off the turf.
Can't quite see. Is it Will Walker? Can't see the number, but
Okay,
we'll get back to you on that in a minute.
We're pretty sure that was Will Walker. Another veteran player for London who's had his England experience. Much of this team does comprise the English national team.
Yes, and they've been playing together for years. They know each other very well. So we should see some good connections here.
Colton Lidstone drives home, another player with NLL connections. He spent a fair bit of time in the league, obviously looking to get back there, and he's showing off why, with that skill set, he has the ability and the potential.
Yeah, just good grit and well-paced.
Nice cut underneath, and the Leprechauns get the ball back. They're looking to add one right away. Stopped by Brindle. Brayden Hickey will track it down, goes to the net. Oh, Brindle has to bail them out. And that is something that happened quite a bit in the Nova Scotia game, where the English defense was just losing, in particular Zach Kerrigan, who had a hat-trick against them, the top goal scorer in the last two Aleš Hřebeský tournaments. And that was alarming. It's alarming that it's happening again for them, because that was the downfall there. They need to tighten that up. Here's Lyndon Bunio trying to drive through. Nice job to shovel the pass across, just didn't get to anyone. Brendan Murphy's going to look ahead to Brian Robb. Really like the work by England coming in transition defense, because Robb was taking off. Heads-up play when he started to slow down when it looked like they may not get the loose ball. Saw that Murphy was going to get it and just kept going and accelerated. Here's a rip from the outside. That one taken by Brendan Cullen. Brindle fought that one a little bit, but comes up with the save. And London will come ahead. That'll be Whitehead with the pass into the forecourt. He'll stay up there to help Will Walker.
And Knights again with another offensive set. Let's see if they can get a decent shot off. Not had too many shots.
Not a bad chance. Nick Preston kind of spinning and shooting quickly. Pete Dubensky makes the save. Dubensky, who has played with a handful of National Lacrosse League teams, the Saskatchewan Rush, San Diego Seals, and Halifax Thunderbirds. And here's Preston trying for the dive, but nicely defended.
And Bunio thought about the press there, but quickly getting off the floor, and the Knights seem very settled in their defense.
It was indeed Will Walker, just double checked. Okay. Walker had that first goal for England. London. I'm going to do that a few times, I would think. Oh, what a great outlet pass. Beautiful catch. Save, Dubensky.
And a save.
And Dubensky's already dialed in as the highlight save of the tournament. That might just top his other one.
But what a great look from Brindle here to Christensen, and it would have been a great chance.
Dubensky, the spectacular save, another drive, another save. He needs some help from his defense, and Dubensky's looking around.
A little funky tap from Ben Buchanan there. That was close to the goal. Let's see if he takes how many shots he takes today. Maybe too many.
Brian Robb passes it across, and Liam Phillips is going to slow things down a little, let the offense get set. We've got just 3 minutes to go in this first half, first of two 15-minute running time halves. 2 minutes stop time at the end of the second half. Low-scoring game. There have been chances. The goalies have had to stand up to them. Oh, and what a rip. Colton Lidstone, his second in a row. Looking, at least it looked like he was looking past.
Yeah.
But there was that shot opportunity lurking in the back of his mind.
And so deceptive. And again, just shoots around. Brindle probably didn't see that till quite late. See what he can see.
I mean, from the camera, it looks like he had a pretty decent view of it, but that's a great shot by Colton Lidstone. And it's 3-1. Just over 2 minutes left in the first half. Ollie Alsop moves it quickly down to Bunio. Knights trying to open some space. Buchanan and Alsop working through the middle. Oh, what a play. It looked like it was becoming a bit of a muddle in the middle, and then Alsop just pops off of his pick. Yep. Gets a perfect pass from Bunio, and what a quick release.
And strong lefty side, and they just got the defense muddled up there, and bang center. That's a great play, and good look again from Bunio to set that one up.
Nice play by Ben Buchanan to cut through, keep moving, to draw the defender out, and then set the pick on the back of the one Leprechauns defender. And Alsop was able to just pop out behind that space.
It's just a little bit slippery for Hallam there. Hallam seems to be wearing the wrong shorts, but we'll let him off. Surely that's a fine.
Not that interested in their fine game. Here's Nick Preston. Pick from Alsop, the recent goal scorer. That one's well off the target.
Ooh.
Another slip, this one by Bunio. 7 left on the shot clock. He's got some time to work. Phillips all over him. Great defensive effort by Liam Phillips.
So Bunio with a ward call there, so that is just going to be an easy turnover. The ball to go back to Victoria's.
Will Cookman hands it off to the offense. Here's Lidstone. He's definitely got the Knights' attention with the last 2 goals. Well, maybe not enough of their attention. He's left wide open. Matt Tatton gets out onto him. And again, another shot. I feel like they should start to cover him.
Yeah, should probably. I'm sure something will be said at halftime, but.
Yeah, just 30 seconds until that happens. Stepan Friedel comes away with the ball, sprints over to the far corner to let the Leprechauns get a change affected. Shot clock is in effect off as we're down to the final 18 seconds. The shot clock is showing the time left in the half now.
Yeah, and it's pretty much the game clock.
Down to 8. Boyd is going to just rip it. Nice foot save. They'll come back out. They still have time to get another chance off. Boyd thought he had somebody staying up at the top. They were both actually going in, and that turns into nothing. But it's a 3-2 edge for the Victoria Leprechauns. This is the competitive game we thought we were going to see, and it's an exciting one.
Right, and Victoria, just as we expected, coming up really strong, being in top of that silver group. But again, you know, just because it's their first appearance, it doesn't mean that they can't get to the top. We know plenty of teams are here that won the championship on their first time appearance. So definitely something that we've seen before, and definitely something that we assume that Victoria is going to want to do. So
the Alberta Warriors were one of those teams.
Yeah, they were.
Their first time.
Yep.
I thought the Mega Men did, but they actually took a bit to get to that. We checked it earlier. But
nice.
I mean, you've got to feel for the Frog Pond Maulers and Istanbul Sultans. Istanbul's been coming to this tournament for a while, and they get drawn into this tough pool. The Frog Pond Maulers, a lot of talent for a first time team as well, but the Leprechauns just have such a balanced team. They've got the offense, the defense, one of the best goalies in the tournament, if not the best, and Hřebeský's been great, and you can see they are working. But the London Knights, as you mentioned, a veteran team with a lot of cohesion. There's a lovely goal. Look at that stop, by Pete Hřebeský.
Yeah, I think he had an 88% save rate coming into this game.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, so huge from their side. And of course, just good shooters, and they're actually working really well together as a team, even though it's their first time together as the roster is, and yeah. One
thing we haven't mentioned that obviously is kind of Pete Hřebeský played for England, right? Did he not?
I'm not sure on that.
Well, we're going to check.
Is that going to be another kind of a very close to home moment for these teams? Of course, also we have Jamie Tasco, Victoria man, who actually was one of the founders for the London Knights. So there's another close tie there as well between these two teams. And of course, in the UK, we have the Tasco Cup. It's a box-lacrosse tournament over the summer in the UK. This year happening over the 26th and 27th of July. If teams want to enter, that's like the event of the summer in the box-lacrosse calendar. So again, close allegiances here.
We're underway in the second half. Jake Harrington hands it off. The offense will get going. Who were the goalies for England at the 2019 World Championships in Langley?
I'm not sure.
Because it was not Nick Rose from 2015. I think it might have been Pete Hřebeský. Here's Braden Hickey. Tries to feed it through to Vyson. Doesn't quite connect. Diligent defense by Tatton. The Leprechauns feel there should have been a push on the back called. The 30 will expire, and Alsop's going to make the outlet pass here to Louis Alhage. Alhage gets up over center. London taking a fairly casual change. And Nick Preston's just going to rip one, hoping to get Hřebeský off guard. You texting Walt?
No.
Okay.
The 2019 goalie were Elliot Pugh and Scaliano.
Oh, Frank Scaliano, right. Right.
I'm not sure about the 15.
Hřebeský played for someone. Oh, okay. I'm mistaken there. I know he has played for someone internationally, I'm sure.
I don't know why I'm thinking Israel, but...
No.
No.
No. Braden Hickey across to Brennan Cullen. Cullen is just a pick-setting demon there, but then he gets a little off balance. Going to be picked up by Vyson. They've got 6 to shoot. Penalty coming to the London Knights. Hřebeský's not going to go to the bench for an extra attacker unless they get a rebound. They don't. The play is stopped, and it's going to be a holding call. George Dury heading off. I do like the uniforms for London. I don't love the way the numbers on the arms are.
Yeah.
I'm all about visibility and clarity for the numbers.
They could have put it up on the
put it on the white
upper arm.
Yeah, you see it better there. Vyson at the top as they go strong left on this power play. That pass doesn't connect. Preston going after it, as is Captain Tom Roach. It's picked up though by the Leprechauns. Backdoor cut. They get a little lucky there again, losing track of Lidstone. A bit of an aggressive chase up top led to that chance. And now Boyd's going to settle things as Vyson comes back to join them. 20 on the shot clock, about the same on the penalty. Another penalty coming. And this will effectively kill the first one, as it is running time in these games.
Yep. So just the 8 seconds left, so it will still remain 5-on-4.
But the Tatton illegal cross-check penalty won't actually start until play is blown in. So that now it comes up. So they've got a full minute. And Dury, I think, was trying to lull the Leprechauns into a false sense of security that they're 5-on-3. It did not work. Weissman was quite aware, quite alert to it. Nice fake, rips it across. Hard shot by Lidstone. Brindle with another big save. He's doing a nice job of keeping England in here, as there have been some good chances for the Leprechauns. Of course, Dubenski's been quite spectacular as well at the other end. England or London has had their chances. Christensen takes this one. 15 on the shot clock. Preston whips it down to Bunio.
And of course, the penalties, normally 2 minutes, just 1 minute here with the half game. And a penalty coming for...
Now, is that a goal? They're going to say the 30 expired just before Bunio got the shot. Boy, there was a lot going on with the late penalty coming. Bunio goes, drives in. Here's the call right there. There's a hold, no question, on Graydon Susi. This is a lovely play to get it in, but immediately waving it off. You can see the arms of the official. As Bunio's shot is going in, the arms are already waving.
We heard it too, I think.
What's that?
We heard it too. I think that was an easy call.
Bunio at the top as London going to the power play. Diving attempt, great save, Dubenski. Ollie Alsop thought he had one. Jake Harrington just beating the 10-second count across the line. So Jake Harrington started out, as they kill this penalty, playing forward for them. He does play forward a fair bit, but his path to the NLL that he believes, I think he's got a very good shot at getting to. His path is a D-transition player, and Cole Christians, who's the manager of this team, kind of put the club together, was saying, he's a good forward. When we put him at the back door, he just started making a difference. He has a huge impact with his speed, his nose for the net. He can really use his athleticism, and that's been helping them quite a bit. Oh, nice save, Dubenski. The Knights continue to get their chances. Now we're back to even strength. Nice job of alerting guy by the English side. Bunio trying to find his way up from back behind. He slips. Liam Phillips will pick it up. He will take off with the ball, but he's going to pass this one to Graydon Susi. They'll get a change, get the offense out. We're almost 6 minutes into the second half.
Yeah, and goalless in the second half so far.
Not for lack of chances. Both goalies have been challenged.
Right.
Really come up big. Jackson Boyd over to Weissman. He's going to let it fly late in the shot clock. It'll be a reset if they can get it, and Weissman will go get his own rebound. That's huge for the Leprechauns. He just shovels it back out to Braden Hickey. Colton Lidstone. Oh, great move underneath. Big save, Brindle.
And again, Brindle coming up with that save.
We've talked about the Knights having some defensive breakdowns, but that was more about Lidstone just making a great play and creating that opportunity for himself. Ollie Alsop will lob it over into the corner. Behind the back pass, connects with Buchanan. Guy scores, just finds a spot in the middle of the 5-hole there. Zach Guy, the late addition,
and
is contributing.
Read his defender so well. That pass from Buchanan maybe a little bit high, but so much control, and just saw his defender coming out, so just had a neat tuck under and just very, very well placed.
Yeah, a bit of a chase from the first defender, forces some slide help, but it's a little bit late.
So we're even now at 3-3. Only 7 minutes to go, that being the first goal of the second half.
Yeah, as we are approaching the midpoint of this second half. And what a game this has been. We thought it was going to be a good one. London obviously not ready to give up their spot in the top 8 of this tournament, but the Leprechauns knocking their shillelaghs on the door, trying to get their way in. Weissman passes it across to Lidstone. Back to Weissman, just barely gets there. Almost tipped by Roach. Lidstone with 5 to shoot. Handcuffs Weissman with the pass. Weissman was heading to the bench. thinking Lidson was going to shoot. Wasn't prepared for that pass.
No, and a shot clock violation. We haven't seen many of those in this game, but that was good defensive effort by London Knights.
You mentioned that the coaching staff would be talking to the Knights at halftime about some defensive responsibilities, and it appears that they are sharper here in the second 15 minutes. Brendan Murphy, nice job to get that ball loose. He's got a man ahead. There's the pass. It's just a bit late going for Perry. I think he just hesitated for a moment, but that could have been a great chance on the breakout. And now we go the other way. How often does that happen? A good chance at one end. They're unable to get the goal from Matt Perry, and they come down the other way. And London takes advantage, takes their first lead of the game.
And I wonder if that was an Allsop Brothers special. So Will, yep.
It was.
So Will to Ollie, and a lovely quick stick and well placed. Managed to pick Ollie out in the middle of the Leprechaun defense, getting into space.
So that is the first lead of the game for the London Knights. They were down 3-1. They've scored 3 straight goals.
And now Victoria seeming like they're in a bit of a rush to try and equalize, but they've still got plenty of time. So only 1 goal in it.
Louis Alhage tosses it across. Space opening for Preston. Not the guy you want to give that kind of room to. He's so quick. Those first couple of steps really get him going. Bunio picks up that loose ball after the rebound.
And I thought they had 6, and I was looking for the referee's hand to be up, thinking Brindle might have come off, but no, we had 6 players in the Knights on. We've seen a few of those today.
We did last game, of course. The official Ryan Dudkus was counting to let everyone know what was going on. He would literally blow the whistle and say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as he pointed to them, just to make sure there was no concern, no worry about whether they actually had 6 players. They were all still out there. So the Leprechauns, perfect opportunity here with 5 minutes and a bit to go to get the tying goal. Vyson is at the top as they stay strong left, their usual power play set. They're not going to have a lot of looks for a short tournament, but that is a beautiful look from Thomas Vyson, and what a rocket. His second of the game has tied it up at 4-4.
And I think that's the first power play goal we've had today. A couple of good penalty kills earlier on in this half, but that one, a successful one. Great shot from the top.
Battle for this face-off. Eventually scooped up by Boyd. Gets away from the check from Whitehead. It's behind the goaltender, Brindle. Nice save there. Great job. Was that Whitehead popping in to get that?
Yeah.
That'll be Whitehead.
Just seeing the ball potentially trickling in, managed to just run through, scoop up that ground ball.
Bunio on his offside, circling behind. They're going to do a little, look like a air show as the 2 planes are just zipping by each other. Hard shot by Bunio. Grabbed there by Harrington. Off he goes. They're getting somebody to the bench, so he has a player coming off. He's going to shoot instead as they took away that passing lane.
Oh,
great
good
chance for
handle.
Harrington. Yeah, nice job to fall and get back up by Will Alsop. Oh, sorry, Louis Alhage. Here's Zach Guy. I'm sorry, Zach Guy. It just sounds like that guy. He's that guy.
that guy.
Bunio shovel pass to Alsop. Didn't quite connect. Lovely attempt. Alsop, I think, went through the crease. That's why he wasn't. He's going to check. You can't even go and attempt to play the ball.
Well, he almost seemed like he knew that he went through, so he wasn't going to go, but then decided to go in the end.
He 100% knew. That's why he was backing off, and then was like, well, we're going to lose the ball. I might as well have a go. They're going to get it anyway. Worst I can do is get called for it. Here's Vyson, had the last goal, his second of the game. Friedel, a pretty nice pick, but it actually pushed the defender in to Vyson, who gets it back now. Ducks underneath. Twister shot near side. Brindle, great job squeezing the arm against the body to stop that one. Hallam looking for someone off the bench. There's no transition, so he'll slow it down. Hands it off there to Kromenhoek. Isolating for him a bit. Now Walker comes. Little 2-man game. There's Bunio driving to the net. Shovel pass. Oh, Dubensky stays tight and turns aside Preston.
What a chance there.
Liam Phillips now. The Leprechauns will slow it down. Both teams ready to push the pace. We've had one shootout so far in the play-in games.
It's a good block.
Oh no, that was in the pool play. Could we have one here? That pass gets away. Lidstone tracks it down. 3 seconds to shoot. He actually had a little bit more time. They were yelling shot, shot, shot. He had another second or so. He could have really planted, but 30 will expire, and the London Knights under 2 minutes to go. We're into stop time. Alhage waiting for the Knights to finish their change. Cut to the net. Really nicely picked up there by Matt Perry defensively. Bunio, he's loving the shovel, one-hand shovel pass today. That one doesn't connect. Zach Guy spins off a check. It opens up, he goes backdoor. Oh, what a save, Hřebeský again.
And Bunio, I think, managed to hold on to the ball and still staying with the Knights. And they've got a fresh 30 with just over a minute to go.
Great opportunity for the Knights.
Bunio finding Ollie Alsop at the doorstep quite often there. Let's see what they can do here.
Oh, another save, Hřebeský. My goodness. Somebody's got to stay and help him. There's Brendan Murphy to help. Leprechauns were just taking off left, right, and center. Murphy gets it across. They make the 10-second count. That was a bit of an adventure for Victoria getting into the offensive zone. And Yek is saying, I just want to give the ball to somebody and get off. Final minute of play. He's not a forward. He doesn't want to be out there. They come to Weisen with 6 on the shot clock. Oh my goodness, what a rip. Stepan Friedel, a Czech player, local product, played in Victoria last year and shines on the home stage.
And that takes Victoria up by 1 goal. And with just a couple of seconds left on that shot clock, they needed to take that shot, and they did, and it paid off. So just 31 seconds left in the game. This draw is going to be absolutely crucial here.
Both teams have their timeout remaining. You get 1 per game. So I would think if London gets it, you'd think they're going to call the timeout, I would imagine. Get Brindle pulled. Are they? Yeah, there you go. Yeah. I actually thought they would have told the refs, as soon as we get the ball, we want a timeout. Go ahead and just call it yourselves. We want a timeout. Victoria, I feel like, would have just kept it rolling, but 27 seconds to go. London uses their timeout to set up a play. Jacob Brindle goes to the bench and will stay there. 6 attackers will come out.
Of course. And
what do you think Rob Ingham-Clark is drawing up, the coach? It actually looks like one of the players. Is that Ollie Alsop talking to them?
I would imagine. No, I think it's Bunio.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Just drawing something up for them on the 6v5. So I'm assuming they'll want to use all of the 27 seconds.
Well, you don't need to.
You are.
Not at all. I mean, there's no need. No, I mean, who cares if you give up an empty net goal, right? You just take a good shot when you have one.
Well, it's the risk
not
you
like
need
the
to
end
take.
of a half.
Yeah,
there's no risk. Sorry. I mean, who cares if you give up another goal? You've got to go score.
Well,
you take the good scoring
5-4,
chance.
6-4, I guess it doesn't make a difference.
No difference. If you have a good scoring chance, you take it. And then maybe you get a second chance if there's a rebound. Bunio will drive down the wing. Looking to flip it back up. He gets it there. Hard shot. I think it went off a defender, actually.
Oh.
Nice job by Preston to get it back. Phillips trying to contain him. They've got a man down in the crease. He's on his wrong side. Preston has it stripped. A battle. The Leprechauns going hard after this. The time will run out. Pressure from the Knights. They can't get the final chance, though. And the Victoria Leprechauns, in a thriller of a play-in game, will advance to the quarterfinals with 5-4 winners over the London Knights.
And Victoria Leprechauns, so what do you think their chances are of getting to the top here in this tournament this year?
I think they can compete with basically anyone. I mean, I don't know. I mean, London's a good club, and I think, you know, beating them is an achievement, but I'm not sure that London is with that level, considered the level with Alberta, and I mean, Beckman have looked very good. The Privateers, obviously Custodes, you know, Tel Aviv has looked fantastic in that game, the comeback. So, I mean, it's going to be a challenge. I think quarterfinals. Who are they playing in the quarterfinals? Let's pull that back up. We have the schedule. I had the schedule somewhere. Is it Alberta they're playing?
No, Alberta is playing Gales.
Oh, this is
believe.
qualifier number 3?
Yes,
they're going to be playing Tel Aviv. Tel Aviv and Victoria will be very interesting because you've got, I mean, Dubensky is such a difference maker.
Yeah, I was just going to talk about him again, and what
game.
a shift he put
As we're
in.
seeing a bunch of his saves, perfect timing. Dubensky, sensational. The London Knights had their chances, and Dubensky just shut the door time and time again. Jane Lee, thanks so much for coming up and joining me once again. We've got one more game. Are you in?
One more game.
All right. So we will have, in short order, in about 14 minutes, we will have Purple Rain and TJ Malashidze for the final quarterfinal berth to see who will play the Mega Men in quarterfinal number 4 tomorrow. We'll be back in 14 minutes from the 30th Aleš Hřebeský Memorial here in Radotín.
Pojď dál. Víš, že v Radotíně je spousta míst, kde můžeš sportovat? Stačí si vybrat. Badminton nebo plavání. Basket. Atletika. Beach volejbal. Gymnastika. Lacrosse. Akvatlon. Cyklistika. Plážový fotbal. Volejbal. Horolezení. Kuželky. Softball nebo tenis. Já už jsem si vybral. A co ty?